Spirit is giving you this seed to plant that can turn into this tree of life for you, the family that you want, the relationship that you want, the connection that you want, the security that you want, the abundance that you want. I literally just heard like a baby or child voice outside. Wow. I don't know if you guys could hear that. I'll have to listen back later, but that sounded like a baby in the hallway. Okay. Confirmation. I'm distracted now. Hold on. That was just unexpected. Okay, Page of Stars, 10 of Stars. So I'm really getting this idea of Spirit literally handing you something. Your job is to plant the seeds and see which seeds grow. Not every seed that you plant turns into a lush, beautiful garden. Sometimes something will only last for a season. Sometimes it will come back year after year. Sometimes things grow that you didn't really intend to grow, or you realize that it's not really the right fit for you, or it's more work than you can tend to. Sometimes you end up accidentally overwatering something and it ends up not working out because you poured too much of yourself into it and you didn't give it space to grow. Sometimes it's the exact right nurturing environment, and that's the environment that I'm seeing happening with this connection for you. So whether you are already in it right now or it's a new connection coming in, that's what I'm getting. I'm not getting that this is an old connection coming back. That would be one of those previous seeds that just didn't grow into the garden that is really what we're trying to get here. I was getting all this because I was channeling the song MMMBop by Hanson, which is such a random song to get out of nowhere. If you do hear that song, that is of course a huge sign of synchronicity for you. I have other signs and synchronicities too for you for this reading besides just hearing the song. So one thing is seeing double numbers. What I mean by that is like seeing repeating numbers, but like in like a double. So like 1122 would be an example. 2233, 2244, 1144, stuff like that. Okay, so that's a sign of synchronicity. Let me know if you see any of those, especially if you notice that you see those numbers when this person, if there is somebody like already in your energy and they're on your mind and you see those numbers, that is a huge confirmation. I do have initials for this reading. I would love for your initial to be here, for this reading to be for you. And if there is a specific person that you're thinking about, I would really love for their initial to be here. Keep in mind though that you might not know the person that I'm talking about yet. The initials I have are MDBHSLK. That's it, not too many. It does seem like this relationship is something that deserves to be nurtured, and it grows in a way that leads to, this beautiful destination for you. I see the Chariot card, so there are things that you need to do, it seems like, to allow this connection to happen. There's like a level of nurturing, I think, of this connection. Like you need to plant the seeds, and you also need to tend to the garden to make sure that this connection is going to grow in the direction that it is meant to, if it's the right connection for you. So I think we should talk about that in part 2. I'll see you there. Spirit is giving you this path that you can go on with this relationship that can lead to this 10 of Stars life that you want to have, but you have to make sure that you are actually staying on the path and moving forward on the path with the Chariot card. The Chariot card talks about what is in your control and you taking action. So yes, you're co-collaborating with the universe, and Spirit is the one that's sending you this option, this opportunity with the Page of Stars that's being created for you, giving you this seed to plant, but you need to be the one to actually plant it. You need to be the one to nurture the connection. I'm not saying that you're doing everything. The other person is definitely going to do things too, but Spirit can't do everything for you. That's basically what it is, right? So you need to make sure that you are doing the things that you can to discern whether a connection is for you, and also to nurture the connection in the healthy way. Oh, wow, that's so interesting how I just talked about discerning if a connection was for you, because we have the 8 of Cups versus the 8 of Wands. So not every person that comes in is going to be this connection. And I'm going to try to give you more information about how to figure out if this is the connection that I'm talking about. I did give initials in part 1. But yeah, I think sometimes you maybe spend too much time in a connection without walking away from it when you should have walked away in the past. And I feel like sometimes maybe you rush into relationships without knowing if you should. And it's almost like you kind of need to do the opposite. Like instead of being fast to get into something and slow to leave when you know it's not for you. You need to be a little bit slower in your approach so that you know if it's for you, and then be a little bit quicker to leave if you know it's not for you. I have another sign of synchronicity for you, that the connection, if you have a specific person on your mind, is for you. And if you don't have a specific person on your mind, I think this sign or synchronicity could be something that tells you that somebody's coming in like very soon, be ready. Ask spirit to send you a green taxi. Like, that's so specific. If you see a green taxi, it doesn't have to be in person. It could be a picture, it could be on a TikTok, it could be in a movie or TV show or something like that. If you see a green taxi, that is a huge sign, because that is not the normal color of a taxi. Now, some of you are already gonna be like, that's never gonna happen. I've never even seen a green taxi before. Look, this is part of you believing and having faith. If you think that somebody could be divinely sent to you, then spirit can send you a green taxi. Like, if they can send you a whole person that's for you, they can send you a picture of a green taxi. Let's see what else you need to do, or other advice spirit has for you about allowing this connection or nurturing this connection. Queen of Wands. Okay, so there's also one of the flowers, right? We talked about like planting a seed, letting it grow. Maybe it turns into a sunflower. It's growing out of you owning your shit, basically. The Queen of Wands, owns her shit. She does. She recognizes her own power. She also is very aware of her shadow self. That's what the black cat in this picture represents. She understands where she's come from. She understands her trauma. She's worked on her trauma. She doesn't use it as an excuse. She has risen from the flames as a phoenix from her trauma that she's gone through, or the negative experiences that she's gone through, to become better and to not perpetuate that story. It's always part of her story, but it doesn't have to be in the ongoing chapters or the upcoming chapters. She is really transforming herself for her own self. Yes, she also gets to have a King of Wands divine counterpart, but she is in her own power because she is very independent and is still also able to be interdependent. She knows what things are within her control, and she takes responsibility for those things. And she also knows what things she needs to just kind of let go of and just enjoy. She's able to appreciate the life force energy. She's able to appreciate small things like the sunflower represents, that inner child joy. She can laugh. She is very true to herself. And I feel like these are all things that you need to do to get yourself to this 10 of Stars life. Oh my gosh, I just went to pick up the deck and I see the King of Cups is on the bottom of the deck. Okay, I think we need to talk more about what this person coming in is like, what the relationship is going to be like. I talked a little bit about the 10 of Stars, but let's talk about it more. We'll do that in a part 3. This relationship that's coming in, or maybe it's already present for you, that's leading to this 10 of Stars life. It's very interesting because it's leading to the Stars energy, but it's coming from the Queen of Wands, which is you, and this King of Cups, which is them. Wands is fire energy and Cups is water energy. I wonder if you have fire somewhere that they have water. So like if you're a fire sun sign, maybe they're a water sun sign, or you're a fire moon sign, maybe they're a water moon sign, or you're a fire rising, they're a water rising. Like, I feel like maybe that's another little synchronicity. Just in case you're not sure, fire would be Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, and then water would be Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Let's talk more about this King of Cups and more about this relationship as a whole. This person is going to be extremely caring. They have a very, very big heart, and they care so much about you that things that maybe other people don't always put up with is what I'm getting, that they do. Don't take advantage of them. They're very sweet. They're very kind-hearted. It's not like they don't have a backbone or something like that. Like, you're not walking all over them or anything like that, and you're not supposed to. Like, that would trample the garden that you're trying to grow. They definitely are strong, and yeah, they have strength to them. They have boundaries, but they also, it's like, I feel like they understand that there's times where because you are still healing from your trauma. I keep going back to you. I love that though. That's like really tarot's supposed to be a focus on you. it's like they understand that sometimes what you're doing is coming from a place of trauma or like dysregulation. They want you, King of Stars, they just want to be like a stable force for you. But this person definitely does have boundaries too, okay? They want to be your rock. That's also like that solid place. And of course, the King of Stars is also the person that would lead to this 10 of Stars life. Abundance, financial security. I feel like this person, though, they lead with their heart. They lead with their emotions for you more than they lead with the like finances providing. I'm not saying that they don't also do that, but like that's not really what they don't want you to want them just for that. They want you to want them because you love their heart. They want you to love their personality. They want you to love that they bring a smile to your face. They want you to love them as a person, and then like what they can do for you is like, you know, on top of that. And I think that they would see you the same way. Yeah. Page of Cups. Like the Page of Cups is just kind of having a playful time, a joyful time. It's like cute communication. I feel like that's kind of what this person just wants from you. Like, put a smile on their face sometimes. They're not looking for you to just like have to over caretake for them or something like that. Wow. Page of Cups, and then the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is like romance. So this person, and also the Knight of Cups goes with the Page of Cups. So the Knight of Cups would bring a lot of romance to you. They probably do more like romantic type of gestures. They're also very sentimental. So, and the romantic gestures don't necessarily need to be like big financial things. They can be big emotional things, right? Or like it could be speaking your love language. It could be like really showing you that they're going to give you their effort, their time, their energy. Like that's worth more than money for a lot of people, right? So I think that that's also part of this person. I think I still want to tell you more about this actual relationship. So I know this is getting long already, but let's go to a part 4. 6 of Stars. We got to talk about the balance in the relationship. I'll see you there. This is a relationship where you both are putting in the effort and you both are getting kind of the payoff of that effort. That payoff is leading to this 10 of Stars, the goal type of relationship that you want to have. We have the 6 of Stars we just had on the bottom of the deck at the end of the last part. Let's actually pull that card. So I want to tell you more about this relationship that you are nurturing and planting seeds and yeah, but just like what will the actual relationship be like? Thank you, Spirit. Okay, they're reminding me that in, I think it was the first part, I did hear like a baby in the hallway and we do have the 10 of Stars with children there. So I feel like children can be a factor in this relationship. That's maybe not going to be for everybody, but I do feel like, you know, if that's something that's been very important to you, I feel like that might be something that you get to have in this relationship. 3 of Wands. I feel like also there's something about this relationship maybe having overcome some distance. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's, yeah, I don't know. Maybe for some of you, this is a long distance relationship, or the two of you are relocating. They're world card. So there's maybe a lot of travel that happens in this relationship, or you move together, or you move to be together, okay, with the World card, and the 3 of Wands, and actually, I'm just putting the cards down on the table, but I just put them on top of the Chariot, not really on purpose. I'm just making space for myself, and so yeah, that also can be about moving and traveling. So that's interesting, and even that makes me think about also how I'd said that in another part, a sign could be like a green taxi. That would be, you know, you take a taxi when you're like probably traveling more. Interesting. Oh my gosh, that reminds me. I had another sign of synchronicity for you. I have so many for this reading. Okay, I was getting, sorry, I promise if this happens, I did not cause this. I was getting something about zits. Okay, so maybe you just had like a breakout or a specific, like just a big zit. Sorry. Or maybe you get one in the next like day or so after seeing this reading. Again, apologies, but I think that's a good sign, honestly. Like, I feel like also It's funny because even in the song MMMBop by Hanson, it talks about like you're like losing your hair and they don't care. Like this person is still there. They still want to be with you. Like, you know, they don't really care about your appearance as you age and stuff like that. And I feel like maybe that's one of the signs. Like this person would not care that you got to sit. The Two of Cups. I love this. The Two of Cups is such a beautiful card for a relationship reading. Hold on, I'm sorry. The Queen of Cups is under there. We had already seen the King of Cups too, so very, very balanced energy. And of course, we had just seen the Six of Stars. So there's a lot of balance in this relationship. There's a lot of nurturing each other. There's a lot of just very genuine, pure love is what I'm getting. Let's see if there's anything else that you need to know. But I just feel like the point is that this type of relationship is coming in. And it's coming in because you are ready for it to come in. Maybe it's already there. You're doing that work. And it's self card, right? You are creating this coming in. You're allowing for this to come in. You are making this possible, right? Spirit provides the opportunity, but you have to be ready to take it and to nurture it. I feel like that's really the main thing about this relationship. And it's just this reminder that you deserve this and you can make this happen. Like, I'm sorry, Seven of Stars, Emperor card. The Seven of Stars is literally what I've been talking about. This like planting the seeds and nurturing it properly and letting it grow. And then you get your Emperor from this. Wow. You guys, I was going to end there because that was like chef's kiss, perfection with that ending. And then I see on the bottom of the deck, the King of Wands. We have seen the Queen of Wands before. Again, this divine counterpart energy. I really, really love this. This balance, two of stars under there. There's so much balance between these two people. They are both working on growing this relationship to become the partnership, the true partnership that you want, that you deserve, this future that you can count on. That's what this relationship is. This is so beautiful. You deserve this. Let me know how it's resonating. If you have more than one romantic interest and you're really trying to figure out which person might be the right person for you, and for some of you, this isn't something that's happening for you right now, but it's something that you have to keep in mind for later when you do have multiple romantic interests at the same time. With the Seven of Cups, it's like there's choices that you need to make. Like not every person that you're going to be romantically interested in is actually a good option for you. You know that. You've obviously already had people that you've been interested in that turned out to not be good options for you. But some people are going to be good options for you. And I feel like there's going to be times when you want Spirit to send you a sign of like which person to choose or how do you make a choice. And I was hearing this on MMMBop by Hanson, and in addition to all the other downloads that I was getting, especially if you're trying to choose between multiple people, that you can assign each person like a plant or a flower and ask Spirit to send you that as a sign that that's who you should plant more seeds with or try to nurture the connection with. In the song, it says plant a seed, plant a flower, plant a rose, and then later it says which one grows, basically like, is it a daisy or is it a rose? I would not choose daisy and rose as the options because rose is so much more common than daisy. So you want to definitely pick when you are assigning different signs to different choices, whether this is about a person or about jobs or whatever, when you're assigning signs that you're asking Spirit for two different options, you want to make sure that the signs are all pretty equally normal or common to see so that you don't see one more simply because everyone would see it more. But pick a flower or pick a plant, or if plants and flowers don't resonate with you, pick something else that is something that you can ask Spirit to send you, that you assign to each person or to each choice, and then ask Spirit to send you that sign if that is a good choice for you. And then you can keep track of, are you seeing both of those signs? Then that means that both choices could actually be good for you. Are you seeing a sign and then you feel really bad after you see that sign? Then that might tell you that's not a good choice. Do you not see either of those signs at all? Maybe Spirit's saying neither of these is a good choice. You can also add one more option for Spirit, which is the sign for nobody is the right choice. Wow. Yeah, okay. The cards that I'm like really seeing are the Three of Crystals and the Ten of Crystals. Basically, like if the choices, all the choices that you're currently thinking about are bad choices, for Spirit to be like, don't do that. Like none of them. So you can ask Spirit to send you that too. And you can ask Spirit to send you these signs, over 7 days or over the next 2 weeks or something. And if you feel like you don't get enough of the signs, you could be like, thank you, Spirit, but like send me some more. Yeah, if you're still confused after that amount of time. Moon card, just ask Spirit for more clarity. If you are still confused and you need help choosing between people, you can always also get a personal tarot reading with me at the link in my bio. But if you are currently trying to decide between multiple people, let me know what signs you choose for each person. I'm curious what signs you decide to use.